Today, I want us to look at the principles of Montessori education. What about Montessori education? The Montessori method of education was developed by Dr. Maria Montessori through an interactive process of experimentation and observation. The principles of our method are based on the idea that children can learn through self-directed exploration. The Montessori method emphasizes the importance of a child's social and emotional development, independence, creativity, and freedom within an educational environment. So in this video, I'm going to present 12 selected principles of Montessori education. These are principle number 1, respect for the child. Dr. Maria Montessori believed that every child is unique. Some children work best with more freedom, some need to be told what to do, and some may not respond well to any form of control. Therefore, Montessori schools are rooted in a deep respect for the uniqueness of every child. Children have the freedom to choose, make mistakes, and learn at their own pace. Principle number 2. Children have an observant mind. Through years of observation and research, Dr. Maria Montessori determined that an early age development, that is between 0 to 6 years, is crucial as a child learns by observation. She terms this stage of development as the observant mind because during this stage, a child has sponge-like capacity to observe information from the environment. At some given moment, it happens that the child becomes deeply interested in a piece of work. We see it in the expression on his or her face, his intense concentration, the devotion to the exercise. Principle number 3, sensitive periods. Dr. Maria Montessori observed a child passes through a phase of development to learn specific skills and knowledge areas. She terms this phase as a sensitive period, a phase of development in which children are highly motivated to learn. Sensitive periods are characterized by intensity, repetition, and commitment. Principle number 4, educating the whole child. Educating the whole child refers to the process of educating all the child's senses in order to build awareness and understanding. The Montessori method of education thus focuses on nurturing each child's potential by providing a developmentally appropriate learning environment that supports their intellectual, physical, emotional, and social growth. So the school environment is designed with children in mind. So it has many different stimuli for them to learn from. The Montessori curriculum covers all aspects of development such as practical life, sensorial, cultural, language, mathematics, geography, and science. Principle number 5, focus on individualized learning. Montessori education places an emphasis on the idea that children are capable of handling their own learning. Therefore, the Montessori school places children with peers of varying ages, abilities, development needs, and levels of achievement in a common classroom. The fundamental help in development, especially with little children of 3 years of age, is not to interfere. Principle number 6, freedom of movement and choice. The Montessori method of education is based on the belief that children are capable of self-learning and should be given the opportunity to develop their intellectual, physical, social, and emotional capacities through self-directed exploration. In Montessori learning environments, children are free to move around at will and choose from a variety of activities, while educators act as facilitators in the background, providing guidance when necessary. Principle number 7, prepared environment. Maria Montessori observed that children learn better in an environment that is organized to support their learning and interests. This was termed a prepared environment. So children acquire knowledge through experience in the environment. Principle number 8. Promotes intrinsic motivation. The Montessori classroom is prepared in such a way that promotes intrinsic motivation and self-regulation. Children are given the freedom to progress at their own pace, which creates a sense of autonomy by providing them with the opportunity to follow their interests. Intrinsic motivation is the desire to learn within each child and themselves. It is an individualistic type of motivation. Principle number 9, child independence. The Montessori classroom promotes the independence through a hands-on approach. Children are encouraged to work individually and in groups. It allows them to develop self-regulation and leadership skills. The child development follows a path of successive stages of independence, and our knowledge of this must guide us in our behavior towards him or her. We have to help the child to act, will, and think for himself or herself. Principle number 10, auto-education. In the Montessori method, auto-education is one of the fundamental principles. A child who has become a master of his or her acts through a long and repeated exercises, and who has been encouraged by the pleasant and interesting activities in which he has been engaged, is a child filled with help and joy and remarkable for his calmness and discipline. Principle number 11, work periods. A work period is a time during which children are engaged in some form of activity. During their classroom lessons, Montessori schools emphasizes uninterrupted work period so that they can concentrate on a single project. They do not have a set number of work periods each day, but have a set length for each work period. So depending on the age and learning ability of the child, the work period can last from 20 minutes to 3 hours. And finally, principle number 12, role of Montessori guides. Montessori teachers are known as guides, or more generally, as educators. Guides encourage children to take responsibility for their own learning by providing an environment where they can explore, test, experiment, and make mistakes. Their role is to observe and guide children through self-directed, self-paced, and self-guided activities. So that marks the end of this presentation, where we have been discussing about the 12 principles of Montessori education. Thank you.